Okay, so Unit 6 quadratics, this is LT6. Analyze the quadratic equation in order to choose a solution method. So which one is best? First thing, I just want to correct this. This says 5x plus 10. We want this to be 5x squared because it's quadratics and things of higher order. So the first thing I would want to look at is if the x squared term, so I'm going to highlight, if the thing that goes with the squared has a number. So like for here, it's a 5. This one has a 2. That one doesn't have anything. This one has a 10. This one has a 3. This one has a 16. This one has a 63. This one has a 5. And this one has a 12. So then I want to go through this and I want to think, can I easily factor this? Can I pull something out? So here, this one doesn't even have an x. This one would be a little bit harder. This only has one x term. So what I would probably, for this one, I would probably want to try factoring because I could maybe put this 10 on this side and divide and then take the square root of both sides. So I'm going to say yes to this one. So I'm just going to go through. So because most of these will probably be no's because they have a number with it. The thing I want to check, is there a b term and is there a c term? So this one has, even though it has a number here, I can move this over there and that would be like this. 5x squared equals negative 10. Divide by 5. X squared equals negative 2. Take the square root of both sides and then I could do it. But that's still factoring. Even though I don't get an answer, I can still factor for this one. So this one I would say yes. Let's go down here. So I have a 2 here, I have a b term, and I have a c term. So since it's a higher number, I'm going to put a no there. Here, I have my a term is 10, b, and c, I'm going to put no. So if it has b and c, I would automatically say no. Over here, this just has a b and no c, which means I can pull out an x. So this would be 3x plus 5, which is factoring. This is considered factoring. So I'm going to put a yes here. I'm going to put a yes because there's no c, or c is equal to 0. Here we could put that b is equal to 0. That's why I did it. So if c equals 0, if b equals 0, we probably want to try factoring. Here, this one, we're just going to put a big old no. I think we might have messed up because this is a 4. But if that was a 2, that would look like this one. And we would then do yes. But since it's a 4, let's not even worry about it. Here I have an a term, a b term, and a c term, so I'm going to say no. Here I have an a term. Oh, what is this? I have an xy. I don't even know what's going on there. Let's say no. That's not one side. I have an a term, a b term, and a c term, so I'm going to put a no. So first I want to look at my a value. If a is greater than 1, go through and check those with yes or no. Next thing I want to look at now are all the other ones. Let's go through everything else. So here, now I'm thinking, can I do the box or can I still do this? Can I do the box or can I do this? So could I do the box here? 3 times 1, right, would give me 3, and 3 plus 1 is 4, so I could make a box on this. So I'm going to say yes. Everything in this column's done. Come up to here. There is no b, or b equals 0, which means I can move this 25 over, so I'm going to say yes, because b is 0. So if b is 0 or c is 0, you most likely can factor. You can solve by factoring. Over here, 63. So let's see, what's that? 9 times, I think, 7. 9 times 7 gives me 63. If I make them both negative, it's still 63. And negative 9 plus negative 7 is negative 16. So I could make a box on this, giving me a yes. So the moral to the story, if you want to write this, if it's ax squared plus bx plus c, if a is greater than 1, we want to check if there's a b and a c value. If b equals 0 or if c equals 0, you can probably factor. After you check those ones, if a is less than 1, you want to check if you can do the box, or you want to check if you can, like, if b equals 0 or if c equals 0, you want to see if you can pull out an x or move the thing to the other side, and then you could factor. What information do you get when you factor an equation? So if I factor an equation, or if I do the boxing, I always get like x equals 0 and x equals 2, right? I get an answer. Or like x equals plus or minus 7. I'm finding the roots. I'm finding it where it crosses. Here's my roots. If I only get like x to be 5, if I only get one root, then it probably looks something like this. It only hits it once, or there will be no roots. No roots, right? You can also find that out. If nothing works, it didn't touch the line. So in your opinion, what qualifies an equation to be solved by factoring? So again, this would be if B equals 0, if C equals 0, or if A is less than 1, or A, not less than 1, if A equals 1, and you can do the box. If A equals 1, in your term ax squared plus bx plus c. For everything else, it doesn't have to be if it's just would be if b equals 0 or c equals 0. So before class, I want you, so this would be like, all you have to do is fill out this top box. When would this be useful? When would this be useful? When would this be useful?